All right, so that card Augur that came out, or was on the bottom of the deck, whatever. So, um, Augur, August, Og. Um, okay, so Wikipedia. Augur, Augur. Now, very interesting. Of course, it just, just more connected confirmations. CC, yeah. So an augur was a priest and official in the classic Roman world. His main role was the practice of augury, interpreting the will of the gods by studying the flight of birds. Aha! Birds, no less. Oh, of course. Whether they were flying in groups or alone, what noises they made as they flew, direction of flight, and what kind of birds they were. This was known as taking the auspices. The allspices, like the all juice, like those French dip sandwiches. My brother's favorite. He's a food person. Triple Taurus, I don't know. I think that's like a food. The more Taurus energy you have, the more like no, I guess it's not just a food thing. It's just all nice things. They like nice things. So they like nice clothes. They like nice food. My brother makes really good food. So let's see. There was something down here. So they saw this as a form of divination, I guess, kind of, yeah. For peace, good fortune, and well-being. Yes, to transmit information using the birds as, just observing the birds and what they're doing, and that gives you messages. So the etymology, although ancient authors believed the term augur contained the words avis and gero, or gero, Gero, Latin for directing the birds, historical linguistic evidence points instead to the root aug, to increase, to prosper. And that makes sense, because if you think of August, that's harvest time, and augment, and so, yeah. What an augur? I'm trying to think of what an augur is. Isn't an augur a type of like a drill, like to drill down into the earth or something, right? I'm just trying to think how that's to increase. But anyway, well, I guess maybe to drill holes you have to plant the seed in order to increase. I don't know. Anyway, we're not going there. Okay, so there was something here. So, under the section Ancient Tradition, there's the Augurium Salutis, took place once a year. So these are, so according to Varro, capital Varro, before his time, augurs had distinguished 5 kinds of territory. Augur Romanus, Augur Gabinus, Gab, Gabriel, Augur Peregrinus, that's like the peregrine falcon. Okay, that's falcon, peregrino. There's also pilgrim, I think. Augur Hosticus, Augur Incertus. Okay, so these distinctions clearly point to the times of the prehistory of Latium and testify the archaic quality of the art of augury. There's a lot of misprint. I would say testify to the archaic or a testament to, and whatever. Testify. Yeah. Testify, that's right. So, the Jus augural law was rigorously secret, therefore very little about the technical aspects of ceremonies and rituals has been recorded. We have only the names of some auguria. So the Augurium Salutis, the one that took place once a year before the magistrates and the people, in which the gods were asked whether it was auspicious to ask for the welfare of the Romans. See what I mean right there? That was yeah. So auspicious to ask for the welfare of the Romans. Auspicious to ask for the welfare of the Romans. Yeah, so anyway. A couple typos here and there. Whatever. They're doing this for free, I guess. They get donations. Argurium, okay, so that's Argurium Salutis, and then the second one, Augurium Canarium, required the sacrifice of red dogs and took place after wheat grains had formed and before they were shelled. Interesting. The Vernicera Auguria, that's kind of like vernal spring. We know only the name that implies a ritual related to the harvest. So, like I said, there's not much. It was very hidden. So, the is that Vemicera? No, it looks like Vernicera. Vernicera Auguria. And it says, we know only the name that implies a ritual related to the harvest. And that's what I was saying, because August, harvest. So there's some other stuff. Categories. The auspicia were divided into 2 categories, requested by man, imperativa, and offered spontaneously by the gods, oblativa. Both imperativa and oblativa auspices could be further divided into 5 subclasses. Ex caelo, thunder, lightning. Ex avibos, birds. Ex tripudiis, there's like, that's funny because there's like 3 eyes in a row. Tripudiis, maybe 2 eyes. My eyes are crossing, so I'm like trying to read. It's like, yeah, not so easy these days. Tripudiis, attitude to food and feeding manner of Mars's sacred chickens. Mars is like the planet Mars. Mars apostrophe, so belonging to Mars. Ex quadrupedibus, dog, horse, wolf, and fox. Ex diris, ominous events. So, very interesting. Only some species of birds whose meaning would vary according to species. Among them were, I missed something there because there was a parentheses I skipped over. Only some species could yield valid signs whose meaning would vary according to the species. Among them were ravens, woodpeckers, owls. Woodpeckers is in there. Only some species could yield valid signs. Ravens, woodpeckers, owls, ossifragi, and eagles. Okay, I know how to say that one. Signs from birds were divided into alites from the flight, alites or alites, and osines from the voice. So you can deviate or divinate from their call and their movement, both. So regions of the sky was included in the I'm trying with this Latin stuff. Alites. Alites or alite, A-L-I-T-E-S. So the alites included regions of the sky, height and type of flight, behavior of the bird, and place where it would come to rest. The ocenes included, which is the voice, okay, and okay, so osine, yeah, like the sine wave from the voice, okay. So the ocenes included the pitch and direction of the sound. So it says that, right here, the ritual, okay. Magistrates endowed by the law with the right of spectile, observation of auspices, would establish the auspicium, observation platform, before taking the auspicia imperativa, requested or sought auspices. Okay, this is the way it's written. It's all, okay. The templum, okay, templum, or that's the Latin, templum, or sacred space within which the operation would take place, had to be established and delimited. It should be square and have only one entrance, and purified. The enunciation of the requested auspicia that began the observation portion of the ceremony was called legum dictio. Observation conditions were rigorous and required absolute silence for validity of the operation. Yeah, because you don't want to have any influence. You want to observe, have it be a pure, clean observation. Technically, the sky was divided into 4 sections or regions: dextera, sinistra, antica, and postica. Right, left, anterior, and posterior. So front, back, right, left. So the prototype of the ritual of inauguration of people is described in Livy's, L-I-V-Y apostrophe S, capital L-I-V-Y, okay. Description of the inauguration of King Numa Pompilius. The augur asked Jupiter, "If it is divine justice to do this, send me a certain sign." Then the augur listed the auspicia he wanted to see. When they appeared, Numa was declared king. So very interesting how they made such big decisions based on nature, because God gives you signs through his creation. So, see if there's anything else here interesting. That was a little bit like, the words and stuff. So, but it's just very interesting how, there was a time where kings ruled with very much more of a right brain, more connected to nature and just the natural ways. So that's Augur. Just wanted to share that. I don't know how long I blabbed on for, but not too bad. Okay, under 15. All right. Love, peace, and blessings.